Hello, you beautiful, beautiful people. It's a friendly neighbor over once again, and now we will be continuing the next 50 stages of the Zygarde Escalation Challenge from stage 151 all the way through 200. Alright, so basically, the next 25 non-boss stages will be an entirely different format. As you can see, my team is a bit different, and the reason is because of this. It will always summon a 2x2 rock formation directly in the center of the board every time, and so it's good. It may be a good idea to bring some rock break plus Pokemon, such as Warrior. And as you can see also as well, they will also disrupt Goomy, and as well as Zygarde 50% as well. So a good idea, or at least the basic strategy of this stage, is basically to make sure to clear as much rocks as possible, because as you can see, the rocks can stack up right at the top corners and directly in the center as well. So if too many rocks start to stack up, it might actually be quite a challenge to actually defeat the stage as easily. So yeah, so basically let's say you can even bring a Pokemon such as Goodra to actually eject those Goomy disruptions away. You should probably still bring Zygarde 50% in your team. It will be Zygarde 50% will be disrupted, and it's also good to train up your Zygarde 50% in this escalation itself. If you guys notice, my team was actually quite trained up. As you can see, Zygarde 10% and 50% are now at level 8, and Warrior is also trained up to be at level 8 as well, just for its Rock Break Plus. But you can bring other Pokemon as well. Mega Gengar works as well here. A strong Dragon Mega also works pretty well as well. If you're gonna bring Goomy on the stage with you, that can actually really help get your Dragon Mega evolve as fast as possible as well. Alright, so now we actually have an Angry Zygarde here that will propel us past 4 extra levels. Alright, so it's the same thing basically, just defeat the Angry Zygarde within 10 minutes and you're good to go really. The Goomy disruptions are still manageable, but later on I will actually bring Goomy into my team to actually combat it, because the HP of these stages will actually start to escalate more and more as you progress on. And yeah, as I mentioned, it's just trying not to let the rocks stack up as much as possible. Every match that you do, try to at least break some rocks while you're at it, and yeah, it'll be pretty good to go really. So yeah, you can bring Goodra to actually eject Goomy away. You can bring a Dragonite for his dancing dragons. Yeah, but actually I feel a Rock Break Pokemon can actually be pretty useful here. So that's why I think maybe Warrior and Zygarde 50% are probably the two most important Pokemon to actually bring into this stage. And the rest you can play around with it honestly. Alright, so with this, we defeated Angry Zygarde, and now we are being propelled all the way to stage 159. Alright, so yeah, not too bad. Alright, so now I'll be showing you the stage 160 battle, where we will be getting our next reward. And yeah, it's pretty much the same old. As if you guys notice how I actually done my videos, is just basically showing you guys one normal Zygarde followed by another Angry Zygarde stage, and yeah, just to keep the flow of the video as it is really. I don't want to edit too much stuff around, but I want to keep the video not too lengthy as well, so I hope you guys can appreciate this. If you guys have any issues on how I can probably edit the video better, feel free to even comment it or critique it in the comment section. I really don't mind that as well. I would like to keep improving myself, improving my videos and such. Alright, so this is a stage 160 battle, and we will be getting our next reward. So yeah, I think we're doing pretty well so far. yeah, skipping out, managed to skip boss 50, boss 100 and boss 150 so far. And the reward is basically EXP, the EXP booster medium size. Alright, and now we actually got the Angry Zygarde that will actually thankfully bring us, or at least propel us past 5 more levels, which will be really fantastic. So, alright, so if you guys have already noticed, I mentioned this in previous videos as well, that usually the Angry Zygarde stage will be much easier compared to the other level counterparts within that range. So let's say now we're tackling stages 151 to 175. The Angry Zygarde stage should be exactly as stage 151 all the time, as long as you're within that range of the 25 stages that I mentioned. So if you're actually on stages 176 plus, and if you encounter Angry Zygarde there, the Angry Zygarde difficulty will always be around stage 176. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. And yeah, I think the toughest part about the Angry Zygarde is not the difficulty of the stage. It's just about making sure you have a heart to actually complete the stage, or to do the stage within that 10 minutes. So if you have street pass hearts, if you have home pass, you can actually get the this Angry Zygarde completion should not be as difficult or as annoying. Alright, so we defeated this Angry Zygarde stage. Again, pretty manageable with a decently trained team. And alright, so we are getting propelled up all the way to 168. So yeah, really nice stuff. Alright, so let's continue with the next stage, which is actually 169. And then I'll just be jump cutting to the next Angry Zygarde stage basically. Alright, so as you can see, as I mentioned, I actually edited my team to actually bring Goomy in as well, which was another important Pokemon that I have mentioned that should be actually trained within this escalation battle itself. Whether it being boss stages where it can get summoned, let's say in stages 100 or stages 180. Yeah, or even in non-boss stages such as these stages, it's a good idea to actually train up your Goomy as well, along with Zygarde 10% and Zygarde 50%. And yeah, that's about it really. So you can see me still putting Zygarde 50% there because I really want to train up its levels. And yeah, hopefully max it out as soon as possible. Alright, so we actually defeated it in the first 7 moves. So yeah, same old, pretty mundane stage for the next 25 levels of this similar format. But thankfully there's always the Angry Zygarde feature that always makes this escalation so much more bearable. And actually pretty enjoyable, I would say. Alright, so as you can see, we actually got another Angry Zygarde that will propel us 4 more stages ahead. Alright, so with this, if we actually were to defeat it, we will be going to stage 176. Now bear in mind that I will be approaching a technically, or actually in fact it is a boss stage. Stage 180 is in fact a boss stage. So if I were to actually accept this, I will be propelled. Okay, this stage is technically stage 175, so if I beat this so-called pseudo 175 stage, I will be propelled to stage 176. Now I will need an Angry Zygarde to then appear on stage 178 or 177 if I wanted to actually skip past the boss stage 180. But as you can see, I did not actually skip this stage mainly because of 2 reasons. One reason is because just to show my gratitude that because I've actually managed to actually luck out and actually skip the first main 3 boss stages, I felt that it was only fitting to actually attempt at least 1 boss stage for my 3DS version at least. And most importantly, I feel the second reason is that hopefully if I were to do this boss 180 stage, that hopefully I might get more luck, or at least some luck, to at least escape the other last 3 boss stages, being boss 200, boss 250 and boss 300. Alright, so that's basically it. So yeah, I was actually committed to actually wanting to tackle this stage 180. Alright, but if you actually plan on skipping it, do skip it. Do try to attempt to skip the stage if you want to. And yeah, that's pretty much it really. Alright, so now as you can see, the anger has subsided, and now we'll be tackling our first boss stage technically for the 3DS version, which is actually boss 180. Now this boss is actually pretty manageable, somewhere similar to the disruptions of stage 100. If you guys actually have realized or attempted stage 100. So I'll be going with very limited items, using an attack boost and +5 moves only. And basically I went into this stage blind. This is actually my first attempt on this stage, and it was actually successful with those limited items. Okay, for the team selection for this stage, what you might want to consider is, alright, so basically this stage you will summon columns, walls of rocks, and even walls of barriers. And also later on into this stage you will also summon Zygarde 50% and even Goomy itself. So you can do one of two things. The first Pokemon that I feel is the most important to bring into this stage is actually Zygarde 50%, because not only does it have a very good base attack power, it also has Barrier Bash Plus, it's super effective, and it also gets summoned into the stage, which means possible free combos. Now the next Pokemon that you want to bring in, it depends if you want to use Disruption Delay or if you do not want to use Disruption Delay. If you plan on using a Disruption Delay, it might be a good idea to actually bring Goodra instead of Goomy, so you have a much better attack power. And since Goomy won't be summoned on the first 9 stages, if you do use a Disruption Delay, then it might be a better approach, since you have those 9 turns to actually do more super effective damage onto the stage itself. But in fact, if you're going to bring Goomy along, it does not hinder that much. Goomy itself also has a good ability in the form of Mega Boost. So if you actually do decide to bring Goomy along, it might also be a good idea to actually bring a Dragon Mega along with you as well. Alright, to make up, not only to make up for the lack in base power in your team, but to also get your Dragon Mega up and running as well, if you are not using a Mega start. Alright, so whether you decide to use Goomy or Goodra can probably also influence what Mega you're going to use. Alright, so the third Pokemon, you can even bring, as you can see, I actually bought Diancie here for a second insurance Barrier Bash Plus. However, if you're actually confident that Zygarde 50% can do the job with your Barrier Bash Plus, then you can actually bring more powerful Pokemon such as Dragonite, especially for its Dancing Dragons. Especially if your team is going to be a full Dragon team, that might be a pretty good idea. But make sure if your team is a full Dragon team, do not bring Mega Rayquaza into, or do not use Mega Rayquaza as your Mega, basically. Alright, so with that, you can actually influence what Megas you want to use. Megas such as the standard Mega Gengar, Mega Rayquaza, any strong Dragon Megas, it can really help here. I would not recommend you guys using Mega Diancie or even Mega Gardevoir in this stage. It is quite important to get as many combos as possible. And as you can see, because I actually bought Goomy here, it's actually paying off with this very powerful free combo turn. And as you guys have noticed, on this stage I actually got a lot of combos, such as combos of 15, 18 and 11. Mainly thanks also to Goomy itself, actually summoning itself and matching it together. Alright, so with this, it's pretty much a stage where you do not need to use a complexity on this stage. So the important items on this stage is basically I feel this attack boost and +5 moves for insurance. Whether you want to add a mega start or whether you want to add a disruption delay, it's totally up to you as well. Pretty much depends on your team members. Like I say, if you want to bring a disruption delay, Gudra might probably be a better idea over Goomy, and then you can use Dragonite and hopefully really hit the stage hard as possible for the first 9 turns while the disruption delay is still active. Alright, and we actually completed stage 180 with 1 turn left, and we got our, I think this will be our second race level Lollipop. Alright, so really happy with that. Alright, so we actually did our first boss stage on the 3DS with limited items. I would say really limited items. Alright, so let's continue on with the escalation. So pretty much the same deal. I'm still using Zygarde 50%, Goomy, Volvian, and even Mega Rayquaza. So back to the same old default level. As you saw, Goomy can actually summon in this stage, and yeah, pretty much can help with free combos especially. So it's pretty much only the difference is basically the different ways that the rocks get summoned on the next 19 non-boss stages from stage 181 all the way to stage 199. So basically the next 19 non-boss stages will be pretty much the same deal here, just having barriers and rocks summoned directly at the bottom rolls at the start of the battle, and you will get summons of Goomy and Zygarde 50% at random as well. So with that, I'm still using pretty much the same team from stages 151 all the way to stage 179 earlier. It's a different disruption format for these non-boss stages as compared to before, but you can still utilize the same team. You probably do not need to bring a Rock Break Plus Pokemon here though. It does not disrupt you with too many rocks as compared to before. So with that, you can actually use other different Pokemon such as Dragonite, Gudra, or maybe other Barrel Bash Pokemon if you actually wish. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just don't bring Mega Rayquaza if your other team members are actually all dragons. Just remember that. And yeah, you're pretty much good to go really. Alright, so as you can see, for me bringing Goomy along actually helps with free combos as well. So hopefully, or at least once we actually get past this angry Zygarde stage, we actually will get propelled up quite far into the escalation. And the difficulty of this Zygarde stage, as I mentioned before, or at least I actually made an error when I said that the angry default stage will be somewhere around 176. The default stage for this angry Zygarde will be similar to that of stage 181, not 176. Alright, so yeah. That's pretty much it really. We are hitting pretty close towards the final boss, and hopefully we can actually skip it because its HP it's really ridiculously tanky. But you don't, from what I heard, you don't actually really need a complexity to actually beat stage 200, but I think it's a safer bet to actually use a complexity there. Alright, so with that we actually got propelled up quite a number of levels, and I just want to fast track to show you guys the next angry Zygarde stage. Alright, just want to keep the video shorter and not making it too lengthy. Alright, so the next angry Zygarde stage was at 191, and it will propel me all the way to 197 if I were to defeat this stage. Now, knowing about how previous angry Zygardes appear before boss battles, if you're not going to get the angry Zygarde by the time you reach stage 197, or at least 3 levels before the boss actually starts, then you're not going to get an Angry Zygarde on stage 198 or stage 199. And now the funny thing is that I actually quit that stage and another Angry Zygarde appeared 2 hearts later, or at least 2 stages later, which is actually the fastest that I've ever encountered an Angry Zygarde pretty much almost back to back. So with that, since it will actually propel me up to again stage 197, I cannot afford to do that because I definitely won't encounter another Angry Zygarde directly if I were to get to 197. And now the trolling continues. 2 hearts later, or 2 stages later, another Angry Zygarde at stage 195, but it would not be a 195 plus 5 moves. Instead, it will be 195 plus 4. So again, it's a huge troll. And I had to actually skip that stage and hopefully pray that if the pattern continues at 191, 193, 195, I'm praying that I actually will encounter an Angry Zygarde at 197, which is basically my last chance to actually get my last Angry Zygarde chance to actually skip the boss 200 level. Alright, so basically this is stage 196, which I'm just showing you guys because to be fair, I was actually confident that I would definitely see that Angry Zygarde at stage 197, so I wanted to make it a nice transition basically. So nothing much too different from these stages. Just the only thing is the HP is actually much higher, but you're still going to get those barriers and those rock summons apart from the higher HP itself. And so yeah, that's pretty much it really. Not too much of a difference. So yeah, so that was actually really interesting for me to actually get that many amount of Angry Zygardes, really, like literally almost back to back between every 2 hearts. So yeah, so usually most of the time, if you actually were to skip a boss, or at least Angry Zygarde on stage 195, or even if you were to skip Angry Zygarde 5 stages before the boss actually starts, usually is pretty much almost a lost cause really, because it will be quite rare for another Angry Zygarde to appear on stage 197, or at least 3 stages before the boss level. But I would just hope, really hope that it will actually work out for me. On stage 197, as you can see, we just defeated 196, and just praying, and lo and behold, it happened. Another Angry Zygarde on the 4th time within our stage 190 range. Our 4th Angry Zygarde within that range, and we actually got it. So it's actually 197 plus 3. So technically I'm actually on the pseudo stage 200 right now, and yeah, just defeating this stage is basically me defeating somewhat of a stage 181 Zygarde itself. Alright, so with that, just trying to focus on the combo, trying hard not to lose the stage, and you'll be guaranteed that mega speed up basically. Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're planning on actually skipping boss stages, and if you do succeed on it, there's nothing wrong if you actually were to bring a plus 5 moves just for that extra incentive of actually securing the win. Because technically it will be pretty much easy to do itemless, especially within the stages of 151 all the way to 200. Alright, so with that, I'm still using the same team. A pretty decently high level Wolvian, decently high level Zygarde 50%, and as you can see, within the first 7 moves, we're actually able to defeat this pseudo boss 200 stage, and yeah, basically achieve the reward. So no worries, I will be showing all boss stages in a later video on my mobile version, most likely. And yeah, really happy with that. So we defeated stage 200 and we got ourselves the mega speed up. Alright, so we actually managed to skip bosses 50, 100, 150 and 200 so far. So let's hope the luck continues. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, drop a like, please subscribe. It really helps, and I'll talk to you guys later in the next video.